Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, crowds return to Soda City, but with caution.
It was first the difficult first because I do actually like to smile at my customers and they cannot see the smile behind my mask.
New changes and restrictions that may affect your Saturday morning routine. Plus, students come together this week after an untimely tragedy. But first, President Trump's Supreme Court nominee undergoes hearings this week. How Lindsey Graham is at the center of it all. Carolina Insider starts now. Welcome to this edition of Carolina Insider. I'm Sydney Edwards. Our top story this afternoon, the Senate Judiciary Committee is wrapping up a week of hearings for Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Barrett is President Trump's candidate to take the place of the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court. The committee is led by South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Graham and other Republicans support Judge Barrett, but most Democrats think the Senate should wait until after the election for a confirmation vote. A new poll out Tuesday suggests the hearings may already be having a positive impact on Graham's re-elect campaign, showing him now up by 6 points over opponent Jamie Harrison. Harrison, meantime, has broken another record in his bid to unseat Graham. He raised a total of $57 million in the last quarter alone. That's the highest quarterly total for a U.S. Senate candidate in U.S. history. South Carolina hasn't had a Democrat in the Senate since 2005. The investigation into the death of a USC student continues this afternoon. Sophomore Samuel London went missing early Saturday morning after jumping a fence in the Olympia Granby neighborhood. After searching for several hours, authorities recovered Landon's body from a nearby quarry. In a Facebook post, Richland County coroner said Landon died from blunt force trauma to the head and body. Friends and family members are asking the public for some space during this overwhelming time. Sam London's death brings sadness to USC just as the university kicks off homecoming celebrations. But the university is still hoping to bring some happiness to students during this difficult time. Here with that story in today's Cocky Spotlight is Elizabeth East. Elizabeth?
Thanks, Sydney. Like you said, it's a tough time for students right now, but homecoming is still happening. The theme for this year's celebration is the Roaring 20s, the cockiest decade yet. Throughout the next 2 weeks, students can check out the homecoming banner competition on the Russell House patio and look at the homecoming stationery display on Davis Field. And tomorrow, if you enjoy painting, you can paint a football-themed design on Green Street from 2 to 4 or join a virtual pep rally at 7. If you are unable to attend these events, don't worry. The fun continues next week with the live-streamed Spurs and Struts on Thursday evening and the stroll-off on Friday. Back to you, Sydney.
Thanks, Elizabeth. As the weather gets nicer here in Columbia, people are starting to go out and about on the weekends to places like Soda City Market. But with COVID-19 come news restrictions on the farmers market. Stalls now have to be spaced 10 feet apart and all vendors and customers have to wear masks. You're also encouraged not to bring dogs or other animals that could cause crowding. But business owners say these new restrictions don't seem to be keeping hundreds of people from coming out every Saturday morning.
After the first couple of weeks of Soda City being open, it has actually really increased, and I've had a lot of repeat customers, so business has been very well.
Business owners say that until the pandemic is over, these new restrictions are here to stay. And finally, Little League Baseball is back in action in Columbia, but as Carolina Insider Allison Berry reports, like Soda City, the Little League looks a little different.
I'm Allison Berry at Trenholm Park, where Little League Baseball has officially returned. Due to COVID, there was a delayed start to the season, but coaches and players are excited to get back on the field. The league has taken extra safety measures to provide a safe environment for coaches, players, and fans. According to the Richland County Recreation Commission, masks are required to be worn by fans and coaches, and social distancing is required at the park. Other healthy measures include several hand sanitation bottles and no sharing of equipment. President of the league explains how this season looks a little bit different than previous ones.
The ball gets sanitized every half inning. We've moved the umpire to behind the pitcher instead of behind the catcher, so there's no close proximity to the batter or the catcher. And we've got the kids sanitizing hands every time they walk in and off the field as well.
Whether you're cheering your kids on or you just want to watch some baseball, Trenholm Park has provided a safe environment for all. For Carolina Insider, I'm Allison Berry.
Thanks, Allison. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Friday.